not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to the show for Pearl's Politics on this Thursday, the 16th of March, St. Patrick's Eve Day, I should say. I had to think on that one. Wow. Do we have a lot to cover tonight? And we're going to try to get it all done in 1 hour. I'm not hesitating, bringing in the rest of the team right now. And she likes to now be known by the name of Just Jen from Alabama. Hey, Jen, how you doing?
Everybody.
All right. And we can't leave out the man of the house of the show, that is the heartbeat of the South. My every heartbeat, my son, Tim Harrington. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Mom, how's everybody doing?
Yeah. This little body right here tired. Okay.
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
second that.
I was so tired. I sent out the wrong show link when I shared it. I shared Friday night show.
That's okay. We're gonna get through it.
So we may not have that many that will come because they know the Emily Pearl show is not on Thursday night.
Right. Well,
Excuse me.
Already here.
Sandra's here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Sandra.
Sandra.
Sandra's here. Hello, Sandra. Sandra, help me share because I really made a blooper. I blooped it up really bad. So Tim, what you been doing since the last time I saw you?
Well, really not a whole lot of anything. Just kind of watching all the events that are going on in the world.
Ooh, wow,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah,
too.
yes. It's a lot to digest.
I know we're gonna touch on a little bit of all of it tonight.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
Jen, what you been doing since the last time I
Oh,
saw you?
I've been relieved of my duties of being up at 3 a.m. So now this weekend I'm
Woohoo!
gonna get me some rest.
All right.
Hey, it sounds like
Sound
a
like
winner
a
to me.
winner.
Can we get a round of applause for
Mhm.
Jen? So Jen needs some rest. Yeah. Bless her heart. Okay. Well, we're not gonna tarry around. Let's do a quick break because
Okay.
it's a rainy night in Memphis and the temperature is dropping. So I turned down the heat, but because up under this light, I'm warm and with this cap on. So while we're doing the commercial break, I gotta go turn it off and I will be right back. So y'all stick and stay. Don't go away. We'll be back. Okay.
Um,
And yeah, not gonna play a bunch of commercials. So we're just gonna play one, and then we'll be back. Okay, but it's long enough for me to do what I need to do. I believe if
all
I can
right.
find it. Here we go. We'll be back. My computer is slow. They had Microsoft are doing major updates nationwide,
Mm,
and I had to leave my computer on all night last night before my update even completed. I got up this morning; it was finally completed.
mm.
Mm-hmm. But they did update some new stuff. I got some new stuff on there, so it's cool.
Cool.
All right. All right.
Okay, we'll be back, y'all.
A VPN is great for security and privacy. By hiding your IP address and encrypting your traffic, it shields your data from snoopers and all kinds of cyber attacks. But its protection scope is limited. So, NordVPN is becoming more than just a VPN. We're introducing a brand new feature to the desktop apps, Threat Protection, and it's going to take your digital security to the next level. Once you enable it on your NordVPN app, Threat Protection will guard your device against malicious websites, malware, trackers, and intrusive ads, even if you're not connected to a VPN server at the time. That's right, when you switch it on, it'll stay on, regardless of your VPN connection. Let's take a look at how it can improve your cybersecurity. Online, one wrong turn can spell disaster for your private data, but not with Threat Protection. It blocks dangerous websites that might potentially host malware, even if you click on a dangerous link by accident. Next up, Malware Protection. If you accidentally download an infected file, it's not the end of your devices just yet. Threat Protection scans every file you download. If a file turns out to be infected, it gets deleted immediately before it can wreak havoc on your computer. Most websites you enter are stuffed with trackers that follow you from one page to another, creating a unique profile of who you are and what you like. Threat Protection blocks trackers, so you can surf the net with more privacy. Ever opened a web page only to be bombarded with intrusive ads and loud autoplay videos? Well, they're not only annoying, some of them can actually be a cyber threat. Threat Protection blocks the intrusive and malicious ads on the spot. So, how do you take your device security to the next level? Make sure you have the latest NordVPN app version on your computer. Then open it and click on the little shield. It's the Threat Protection icon. Toggle the switch on and enjoy ultimate security. You can also find Threat Protection Lite on your mobile apps, but it won't block trackers or malicious files on your phone just yet. Step up your cybersecurity and stay safe.
Okay, so we're back, bringing in the rest of the team now, so we can get this party started. All right, so Tim,
Yes.
I can hear you boiling. What you gotta talk?
Well,
what you gotta talk about?
well, I would just like to.
Oh my
We
God.
the people for the people don't need you to tell us it's a recession going on. We the people, we already know it's a recession going on. We see the businesses closing, the Burger Kings is filing for Chapter 7, Walmarts are closing, and as well as with the bank situation. We've seen this a little bit before with the housing situation for us bailing out all the banks. So I would just like to get you guys input and you too, audience, on what do you all think about this recession?
Jen.
Oh Lord, that's a loaded statement and question.
I
Okay.
know.
I remember
Yeah.
me telling you about the money change,
Yeah.
right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to go down before it can come back up, and that's part.
Yeah.
This is part of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's certain people that want us to go all digital, and there's certain people that want us to have what we have now, but precious metal based currency,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what is fixing to happen. Now it might take a while. We're gonna, this change in the world's got to. We can't have it easy. We're all gonna have a bit of a struggle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and for many it'll be suffering, because it is there's no other way to change from the bad to the good,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just going to be part of the deal. With the money system, I've been informed. Well, Charlie Ward, okay, y'all know him. He said the other day that the U.S. would be the last ones to sign into it, to join the ISO 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and he's predicting October, November. Uh, for me, I think it's going to be sooner. It has no choice. But
Mm-hmm.
we have, the market's going down again.
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
housing's outrageous. The
Yeah.
banking's outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest people have their money in credit unions. I don't know that it's totally safe, but I know it's safer than the banks that are protected by the FDIC, because they don't have the funds to cover their losses, or anybody's losses really. They're taking the bad money out, putting the good in.
Hi,
Okay.
So
Mary.
All
this
right. Hey,
transition, this
Mary.
transition is all part of what's going on right now.
Well, what I understand is we already use people that has less than $250,000 in these small banks
Yep.
are already used to being middle class or poor, right?
Right.
And small banks are your credit unions and the other little small banks like Silicon Valley. They created their own bank when tech came out.
Right.
When Google and all these Facebooks and stuff came out, they created their own bank, right?
They did.
And that's what generation do they call them?
Yeah.
Millennials.
Millennials.
And so they were letting people come in, a lot of young millennials investing, putting in investments with that crypto money.
Right.
And they didn't have sense enough. They're so busy criticizing society that they wasn't taking care of banking business. And so therefore, they did not put the money up and invest in uh, bonds or something that would definitely have some backing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
big banks like Capital One, Chase banks, those are considered your larger banks, and they cover people from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, which is FDIC, for people who put their money in there, who don't just you and me, ordinary you and me, that don't even make $20,000 a year or 30 or even 40, or anybody that makes less than $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is that it's not really going to affect us. It's going to affect those people who carry large bank accounts every month with a balance of $250,000 or more. So that's the reason why they're so upset about it, and that's the reason why they're gonna bail them out, because the rich don't want to lose their money. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so that's what the fuss is all about, the hullabaloo, and that's what tickles me is because uh, they don't be concerned about us when it's not affecting them, right?
Right.
But now they're getting ready to lose their money because the federal on these small banks like Silicon Valley or credit unions and other small banks, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation does not back those deposits of $250,000 or more.
Yeah.
And none of them,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It doesn't. Well, it's backwards. It doesn't back the money of the depositors, $250,000 or more to carry, like
Yeah.
that bank balance, right?
Right.
But the problem is, like with Silicon, they were not insured at all by the federal government.
You're right.
So now credit unions do have some insurance from the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. But what you have to find out, what people got to find out is what? Am I covered? Am I covered? Are you covering the little people, or are you just covering people who carry a balance of $250,000 or more? So it's a mix and twist going on with this thing, with these banks going down. So
Right.
a lot of folks are shaking in their shoes, and just think about it. A lot of people have their pension money banked in there. A lot of retirees, and their whole life savings and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, I feel sorry for them, especially people who are not rich and have not been rich all their life, but they have retired. They've saved up, worked all their lives, and put their money up, in a savings account or IRA, that sort of thing with their bank.
Yeah.
And so, hey, but hi Mary, but the bank, the Bible tells us that in the last days, this is just a sign that we're living in the last days. Now, the last days are not coming. We're already in it. Because the Bible tells us that in the last days, that was first shall be last,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that was last shall be first. And that's exactly what's going on right now. The rich didn't care about us. They want to trickle stuff down to us just to say, well, I give.
Right.
But particularly politicians, and every politician that's sitting up there on that hill in Washington, D.C., and these states, as well, these senators and these councilmen, these folk got $250,000 or more. They are rich. So that's the reason why they all got the panties in a bunch.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a comment here. Oh, wait a minute. That's just a promotion. Okay.
I almost wanted to like to try to delete it, but couldn't get it there. I'm like,
no, you can't.
A free platform.
Hello,
Why would we want to promote it and pay for it?
Hello and welcome. Thank you for taking our time to drop by. Okay. All right, then. Jen. Tim, did you finish?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I had right there.
All right, Jen, take it away.
All right. Well, the financial situation is just crazy. For a couple of years now, I have been taking cash out where I can and putting it up. I've never trusted the financial institution anyway. And so that's what I've been doing on my own. I'm not a financial expert. I'm only an expert with my budget. So with that said, what's really thrilling me is that the J6 truth is coming out. I love that. I said all along that we weren't hearing the truth, right? And now it's coming out, the actual videos of everything. These people that were imprisoned were wrongfully imprisoned, and they're suffering. You know, they need to release these people. They need to get them out of jail. Somebody needs to take authority and say, wait a minute, y'all did this wrong. Y'all need to release these victims. They're victims of a political, what do you want to call that? Some kind of power that politics shouldn't have, right? They did this to be mean, to cause fear in the people, and they need to stop. They need to get these people out of jail, and these videos should prove the reasons why. And for me, they do. I mean, the guy with the I want to call it a Viking hat. It's what got the horns and the fur and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, he was escorted all over the place, and thanked the officers for their kindness and help getting through everything. I mean, and then they arrest him for causing a riot, or what they call it, the worst thing. This is as bad as 9/11. No, it wasn't. It wasn't anything like that. They actually had videos of them doing fake performances to show chaos where there wasn't any. So much editing was done to the stuff that was put on mainstream media, and now the truth of it is coming out with the real videos. And there's a lot of reporters and stuff that are really angry that only one person got it, Tucker Carlson. And I love that he's the one that got it. It could have been anybody, and it was him.
That Tucker Carlson is a card, isn't he?
Oh, he reminds me of my brother when he starts laughing. I'm like, oh my God, there's my brother. His character is just so cool. But there's a lot of media that are so angry that he got it, and they're not worried about saying, oh, okay, we were wrong. They're worried about, how'd you get that? Prove it's true, blah, blah, blah. Well, it came from McCarthy. He released them. Those videos are in the records. They were hidden. They were hidden from everybody.
The camera doesn't lie.
The camera doesn't lie.
Well,
No, it doesn't.
Let me ask you
It was
this.
not an insurrection. It was not a riot. Those people were escorted in and escorted out. One person got hurt. The lady, I forgot what her name was.
I was just going to ask you about her.
That, for me, that was flat out murder to cause chaos.
I think if I had to guess, I would say a lot of the pressure that they put down on the ones that are serving any type of sentence is because there was a death that did ensue from that.
But not by those that are in there.
No.
That was done by the what they call it, Capitol Police.
But
okay, that wasn't due to the people that were in there. That was due to them.
Yeah, how you kind of.
The truth is, they didn't want her talking.
How you kind of, the laws are very tricky like that because, you have laws that say that it could be three of us together and one of us murders somebody. However, if nobody cops to that murder, we all three are charged with that murder, knowing that only one could have fired the shot. You know what I mean? So it's very tricky when you get in those areas dealing with those type cases.
Yeah, but then there's the video. The video tells the truth. Who done it? And there are people that were standing around in that same space that know why it was done.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch them.
I hadn't had a chance to watch it either. I think I missed Tucker Carlson. I think I saw him last night or the night before. I forgot, but I don't watch it all the way through.
Because
I've been so tired. Okay, we'll do that. That's a good suggestion. Okay, what is it, Jen? Can you type it in there?
It's called Truth with Just Jen.
Can you type it in?
Sure.
Yeah, you can do it doing burn. Yeah, you can do it doing.
ID, everybody. It's called Jen Hill, and then it'll say Jen Hill, and in parentheses say Just Jen.
Okay, well, type it in when we go to break, and that'll give you time to type it. Okay.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Y'all stick a stay. Don't go away.
All right.
Hopefully, we won't be gone too long. All right.
I'd like to be what I am now. I should know better where I am. daydreamer. I'm a daydreamer.
Now I know y'all had to push some like buttons when that steak commercial came on because doesn't make you hungry. Yeah, and I'm gonna bring in the rest of the team because I want to share this with you. Guys, I made me some homemade spaghetti yesterday when I got done working, and when I got prepped to getting ready to prepare, looked in the cabinet. Didn't have the little spaghetti sauce mix packages that we buy in the store, or either the ragu in the jar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have either one, but I did have tomato paste. So that meant I had to put my own seasonings in there, right? That turned out to be some of the best spaghetti I had in a long time. So I say, I just figured out I made to save me some more money. I'm not buying no spaghetti sauce mix pack. I'm not buying no spaghetti sauce in no jar because they want almost $4 for those sauces in those jars now.
Mhm.
And the spaghetti sauce mix package used to be 99 cents. They want $2.09 for that now.
Yeah.
So,
Everything's up.
so I'm fixing to save me $7 right there, So,
All right.
Yeah. I have my pantry stocked with all types of tomato stuff to do that. Just that. I started doing all natural stuff a long time ago, and I love my homemade spaghetti.
That's
Of course,
right.
I add all the I like the chunks of vegetables and stuff like broccoli and cauliflower and zucchini and squash. I add all that stuff to it. Yeah.
I just want me some straight southern spaghetti, some pasta and meatballs with the sauce and
Yeah.
with tasting right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, Jen. You like to
Oh, I'm a
kind of
veggie fiend, big time
yeah.
veggie fiend. I love vegetables.
I totally understand. So I want to get to Russia.
Okay.
All right, so Russia is not backing down about their plane knocking down our drone. Scorpio and said a thing, but the senators on both sides, left and right, they doing all the talking, saying the U.S. got to say something. The U.S. got to address this. Otherwise, just fueling Putin's ego.
Yeah.
What do you say about that, Tim?
Definitely some clarity need to be statement made. I agree with that. It seems like those two gentlemen that are talking, seem like they're kind of level-headed. But hopefully it's something that can be smoothed over, um, so we don't go to World War III. Um, but like I
Man,
say,
I'm telling you about that dream I had
yeah,
2 years ago, and I had it twice. That's
yeah,
the reason why I know it was not really a dream. It was so real. It was a premonition. I woke
mm,
up scared to death. And, when I picture that's going on, like, in the movies we watch, in my head and in my mind, if we have to go through that, poor old people like me, won't have to worry about us because we're going to have a heart attack for him.
yeah, yeah,
before we before we can be saved, right?
yeah. And I tell you one more thing that I saw kind of strange was that with Scorpio's $6 billion package, he's basically for the meat and potatoes of that is taxing the rich. At least that's his plan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think everyone knows, given that our current state of who our leader is, our commander in chief, whatever, uh, we're at our weakest point. So it doesn't take much to take us to war. It really doesn't. Because if there was any time that they were going to strike and start it with us, it would be now.
Jen?
Well, y'all know I feel like I have enough evidence to prove to me, in my opinion, that this is all a show, and I really can't take stuff like that serious. I can't. I see it as a distraction from what's really going on, and we are headed to a better world because there are good people fighting a good fight, and Leo and Mr. P are working together to make that happen.
I
Now,
like
if
I like
if
your position because
and
I really want a better world.
but see, this is all leading there. Like I said earlier, we have to go through the crud to get to the sunshine. You know, we have to. We can't make it easy on everybody, and everybody can't take it easy because we have gotten lazy as a nation. Remember that our history. We built this nation from our blood, sweat, and tears. We weren't made to sit there and play video games all day and stay on a keyboard all day. We're supposed to be out there growing our food, enjoying the outdoors, enjoying Mother Nature,
Mm,
and using our brains. Our brains don't get to work like they used to because people forgot how to go out there and seek knowledge.
mhm.
Okay, people forgot that. Oh my God, how do I make that? Well, let me go figure out how to make it. They don't do that anymore. They type it in the keyboard and say, "Oh, that's how I'll make it. I don't feel like doing that, so I'll do something else."
Yeah, yeah,
It's really that's what our young generation is doing. They're
you're
living
right.
on technology. They're not getting out there doing the blood, sweat, and tears like I've been working since I was 14 years old, and then I was born on a cattle ranch. I grew up working. I was born working. You know,
Mhm,
we lived under God's sky.
mhm,
We knew how to live off the land,
mhm.
and everything's so easy these days.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah.
make some hamburger helper, go buy a box of it at the store. Don't worry about the chemicals and poison in it. Just go buy a box at the store. No, uh-uh. We have spices that's good for our health,
Yeah.
right? We have food that we are supposed to have to make our bodies function properly. And even eggs, they told us that they were bad because of the cholesterol. Well, what they didn't tell us, what they hid from us, was that the runny yolk has cholesterol that actually lubricates the brain thought process
Yeah.
to make it smoother, to make it
I
work
never
better.
stopped eating eggs. I didn't care what they
I
said.
didn't either. I loved eggs. But
They might as well have been
we've been
talking to a
lied
brick
to.
wall when they were talking about stop eating eggs.
Yeah, we've been lied to in every arena possible.
Yeah, you got
And
to use your own common sense when you hear
yeah,
stuff,
and this
something
stuff
like
with
that.
Russia, I know from the research that I've done, and I don't just look at videos. I go deep dives into these rabbit holes, and I do the research to find the proof that I need, whatever the truth is. It could be good or bad. Whatever the truth is, that's what I present as in the results of my research.
Right.
And and from what I know, this is a show. Somebody, let's see, Charlie called it a comedy show. He said we're done with the drama part of it. We're in the comedy section now, and I'm like, I just want the end to happen. You know, I'm ready for the end to get here, but we will have to do suffering because of it.
And to piggyback off a little bit of what you said, this generation is all electronic. To shut down electronics would send them into insanity.
Oh yeah,
because that's all they know.
That would be World War III right there. If you
Absolutely.
take all that stuff from them, yeah.
Absolutely.
If all this shuts down, I'll be out in the yard working in my garden. I ain't worried about it.
I think my generation is probably one of the last that knows about growing your own crops, your own meat, your own everything, because my grandfather had a ranch, might as well say, that we got all our food from. You know what I mean? Cows were taken to the slaughterhouse to fill up the freezer, and that was what was eaten. A lot of my generation didn't have a chance to experience that. So just going back to what you said, you know, we do need to have some common sense, because if electronics shut down, it's a wrap for this generation.
Oh, I'll have a madhouse here just with my daughter. I mean, she doesn't know how to put the phone down. She sleeps with it, you know.
Yeah.
And you
I'm
know
like,
what? The other thing about them phones and these kids, and then not just kids, because you got adults that do the same thing with these phones. But what they don't realize is that they're picking up a lot of radiation through this phone. You know, and that they're not going to be able to live as long and get as old as you and me and Jen, and not even Tim, maybe, simply because the slow. See, they want to tell, or they lie about that and say, "Well, it's not enough to hurt you." Yes, it is.
Oh, that's a big lie.
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
And then the constant use of it every single day. Not to mention those that have today or all day long, it is leaking slowly into their bodies.
Yes.
And then they're not gonna tell you now because they make too much money off of it. They're not gonna tell the truth on that. You know, but everybody has to have one. But for me, Tim can tell you, and Sybil will tell you, I do not talk on the phone up to my ear. I put it on speaker.
I don't either.
Yeah, she does.
I don't either.
She does.
You know, I keep the phone far away from my hands. Like now, it's just laying on the table. I'm not holding that phone. My phone is always either laying down, and even when I'm talking on and put it on the speaker, it's still laying down. I keep that phone away from my body as much as I can.
Yeah. Good idea.
And that's what people should do.
Yeah.
But you know, they don't. The problem with our people now, since technology is this: they believe everything that they tell them, that the so-called media, propaganda, whatever, tells them. They don't want to know the truth because they like doing it, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to know the truth about it. Which brings me to China.
Okay.
And TikTok.
Let's go.
China and TikTok. Have y'all heard the latest?
Yes.
Well,
somewhat.
Well, they some senators or some committee has told. It's so funny, I can hardly get it out. Has told President Xi and his China government that they need to sell TikTok or lease it and take out the China money investment in it.
Oh, God.
And so President Xi and whoever his spokesman is sent a message back and said, the United States needs to stay out of our business because it won't make no difference. Because it won't make any difference whether we sell it or lease it. It's not going to change the data in it. It's not going to change people using it.
No, it ain't.
Valid point.
No, it
Good
ain't.
point.
It ain't going to change a thing.
That's a
But
good point.
also, you got to remember, well, in my side of the world, in all of this, she is like Putin with Leo.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Oh,
did you guys hear the
people
design?
don't understand. Yes, all of our work's been sent there, but people don't understand that was the CCP that was the bad part, not the president.
Yeah, but
Okay,
check.
those people are just like us, trying to make a living, trying to survive.
Yeah, well check.
The military part of it's the part that screwed things up.
Yeah, well check this out. The owner, the creator of TikTok, doesn't allow his children to use it.
I know, isn't that funny?
Yeah, he said no.
You want
He
to know
did not
why?
hesitate. He was not lying because he answered too quick. Yeah,
Well, you want to know why? Because he knows that they instilled the programming to condition the minds of the
That's
people who
right.
use it on a regular basis.
That's fine. That's
Just
yeah,
fine.
like
And
the
that
TVs have been doing, just like the radios and music's been doing now, and now the phones and apps like TikTok are doing it.
yeah,
Yeah,
2 more points on China.
yeah.
Back to the banks.
Okay.
A lot of the small banks, well, I think it's three now that have, fell through. They had China money in there as investments too, and
Oh boy.
so yeah, and China say they want their money back.
I knew that's where that was going. I knew that's
trust
where
me.
that was going.
Trust me, all
Okay,
the tired people are gonna
I
want their
tell
money back and
y'all,
they ain't gonna get it.
China will get.
Yeah, they gonna get it.
Scorpio gonna get that money back to China. You know that. But look, check this out. That's why they're gonna bail them out, because they don't want another conflict or another a thorn to be sticking and battling and fussing over with, make China angry, right?
Yeah, that will start a war.
And so, and then third part with China is that China is you know partnering with Russia
They are.
against Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
and China spokesman, I don't know if that was their general or who, but he says that the United States has allowed, are sending this military equipment to Ukraine, and that military equipment that was sent by the United States is what's fighting the war against Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, as far as they concerned, the United States is involved in it.
Those are
The
facts.
optics
I
are
would have to
hilarious.
say facts.
The optics
Facts.
are hilarious. I swear. All of this,
Mm.
I'm not going to say that the equipment wasn't sent there, but if it was sent there for reasons that we don't know anything about, not for the reasons they said it went. Okay.
Probably. That's probably
And as
why
far as
China.
the
That's probably
money,
why China is partnering with Russia and something up.
Well,
well,
yeah,
and as far as the money's concerned, the money's got to go vanish before the new money can come in. Why y'all think this stuff is happening? Why are the banks
yeah.
Well,
closing
the money
down?
is really already vanished because the United
Yeah.
States
Right.
already owe China over shoot, I think this is like even 4 or 5 years ago, even before Leo came in. They already owed China. The United States already owed China over $400 billion.
They did.
Yeah.
You
They
know
did.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there is no money. But there was a senator on talking yesterday. Is the Senator Comer? He said that since Scorpio been in there, they just been printing money, printing money, and
Yeah.
printing money.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been burning the prince up.
If
Yeah.
that's true, then it'd be a lie that Leo bought
Let me
the
tell
the treasury. You know
let
what
me
I
tell
mean?
y'all
I
something.
don't believe it was a lie.
China and
Yeah.
Russia is a problem for us. It's like
Yeah,
kids on
it
a
is.
playground.
It is. It
One
is.
is trying to take up or give this one weapons while
Right.
they're fighting another.
They're not gonna play nice
No, they're not gonna play nice. They really want to get at us anyway. So
anyway.
they were just gonna let this be the reason.
Hmm.
So we can't overlook that because
I'm not overlooking it because I know about that premonition that I had, but I just simply said that I really like Jen's outlook. I like
yeah,
just Jen's outlook about it. And I
You.
really pray, I really do pray that Jen's uh, prediction comes true rather than my premonition, right?
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can
Hmm.
agree with that
Well,
definitely.
and people have to remember, it's kind of like the Portland riots. Remember that?
Hmm.
Okay, they made it seem like every city in the U.S. was having a riot. It was Portland. Okay, the mainstream media is putting it out there like it's happening everywhere and everybody's at arms. And I'm sorry, not in the South. We still
Yeah,
going to the beach. We still having our barbecues. We still going to work
Yeah,
every day. There ain't nothing like that happening here. And
across
has it
across the
been?
Mason on the other side of Mason Dixon line,
Yeah.
we cool on it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know people in many, many states, and none of that was happening there either.
We laid
Okay.
back.
They make it seem like it's happening everywhere and to everybody, and
It
it
is
was
not.
Portland. It was
Well,
Portland.
look,
You know,
Portland, Oregon. Let me tell you something. Portland, Oregon is the city that is used for the whole filming of the movie series The Grimm, where I
hmm
was telling you about the Vesson monsters.
Yeah.
Um,
what
and
I want to know is that re-upped, because I watched, me and my daughter watched that a few years ago, and
The
then they ended
Grimm,
the
you watched
series.
The Grimm? It's a series.
Yeah,
It's
we
yeah, it's
watched the
like
series.
6 seasons of it.
Okay, so
And
you're watching the replay of it. I do that on Hulu
I
with a lot of
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. This is like my fourth or fifth time watching it. I'm on it
Okay,
again
yeah,
because I believe it's true, Jen, and I don't believe that it's just there. I believe it's
yeah,
worldwide. That
yeah.
people,
We
because
Yeah,
part of this alien DNA mixed with animal and human. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so that
If someone believes in evil, why wouldn't they believe that there were other entities among us? Okay, I
exactly,
believe it. I believe
yeah,
stuff like that happens. I mean, it's like the royal family being reptilian. I believe that too.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
there's there's photographic proof. There's eyewitness proof.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the bad things they were doing and shape
Mm.
shifting in front of these victims.
That's
You know,
right.
there's no reason to believe that it couldn't be true.
That's right.
Okay. The aliens living among us, you dang right, they've been living among us from the beginning.
From the
yeah.
You know,
beginning.
I think
they
they fed up too.
yeah.
Wait
So,
They pissed
a
there's
off
good
minute.
and
too.
bad in
Wait a
everything.
minute. Tim, there
Yeah.
deserves a laugh.
They
Yeah.
fed up.
Yeah. There's good and
Yeah,
bad in everything, and they are fed up just like we are.
yeah.
I mean, good hardworking people are fed up with this crap. And the worst part of it is that people aren't waking up to the idea that their reality is a lie, because
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have been shielded from this stuff for so long that it's a
Uh-huh.
normal. And it's
Tim.
crazy that people aren't seeing that, we have one creator, we have two genders, and all this stuff we've been poisoning the food, air, and water and ground, you know
Uh-huh.
and the minds,
Yep.
you know and if people don't say, wait a minute, I want to fix me, then what's going to happen to them? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, are they just gonna, you know, ride the wave? You can't ride the wave no more. You gotta take part. You gotta have communication, conversation with your fellow, your neighbors, the people around you, and stop being silent.
I
And
agree.
we've got to let the knowledge out.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge has to start again. People have to learn how to communicate, because that's what we were made to do. This
Mm-hmm.
computer crap, Oh my God. People need to learn to stop letting the computer do things for them. Use it as a tool to do what they need to do in real life. Don't
Yeah.
let it do it for them, because that's just defeating the purpose. And what are you here for
Yeah.
if you're not here to
And
produce and create?
you know, we're all guilty. I'm guilty
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
because
we all are
if
guilty.
my when my phone goes out, I don't know anybody's phone number, right? But the thing of
I
it
have mine right
is
down.
I had a book with all of my phone numbers down in it, and I keep trying to remind myself, and I'm always forgetting. One of these weekends, and Tim, you help remind me.
writing on the down.
I'm gonna buy me a one of them little bitty pocket. Jen, you remember the little pocket address books?
Yeah. I
I'm gonna
remember.
buy me one of those, and I'm gonna write down all of my numbers in my phone. You know what I'm
I got mine
saying?
right here. I
Yeah, you
have
know what
one.
I'm saying. That if they're small and they fit right down in your purse.
You want me to make
But
it easy for you?
what?
Okay. This is using technology to help you, not letting it do it for you. But you back up your contacts and
Oh,
on your
it's already
computer.
backed up.
Okay, so go in on your computer and
Really
print your list out. There's
I'm
all
gonna
your
write
phone
it
numbers.
down like the old
old
fashioned way.
fashioned.
But I mean, you can print the
Because
list.
if I'm tell you something, if something happened and missiles start happening and jets and stuff start flying, these phones gonna be out.
Oh yeah,
I'm, you know what I'm saying?
they said a long time ago.
I got to get to a telephone booth and somewhere. Do we? And we don't even have
You
telephone
don't
booths
have
no
them no
more.
more.
Now you got to get a landline, but even
Gotta get a
that's
landline.
electronic now.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna get me a landline.
Yeah.
But that's
I think
electronic now too.
I
That's
think I'm
still
a,
electronic now.
it's still electronic.
Yes.
You
Really?
sure are
Yes.
right, cause they got a thing on my menu on my TV. It's got a tab for phone,
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
and I
Yeah.
don't have a landline phone. I don't have a
Okay.
wired phone.
Also, in saying that, a long time ago, I was telling people on how to be prepared, especially if technology goes down. One of the things they're saying that will be the first that comes back is the Signal app. And I do have a connection there, which I'm going to have to change mine because I have a new number now. But the Signal app will be one of the first things and one of the only things that you'll be able to communicate with when the technology comes back up,
So
because
where do
they're
we
saying a
get
lot of
that?
this stuff is going to be wiped out.
Put that on the truth page. Did you already put it there? Hi, Kathy.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll have to do it again. I've done it several times.
Kathy's gonna be on the show with us. She's gonna pop in on the show with us tomorrow. But we are also, Kathy, we already had a tour planned, and so we ought to also be going on a virtual tour. And but she said that's a great idea about me writing the numbers down. But
Hmm.
would you send me what you're talking about, Jen?
It's called
And
the Signal app. I'll type it in the comments, but it's called the
yeah,
Signal app, and
okay.
it's a basic communication platform for
Uh-huh.
people when they lose their technical
Yeah.
abilities, and when it comes back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to laugh at the truckers, but they use CBs.
Walkie talkies, that's what we
Yeah,
need to get.
yeah, I have one, and I'm
CB
looking for the
radio.
antenna to get mine connected. I have one.
Hmm.
My dad left me
I'm gonna
his
buy me
CD.
one too because there's this place called, I bet I can get it on Amazon.
Right.
But there used to be this place called I used to order stuff like that from, called Great America or something. They used to send me catalogs. That was been a while ago since I ordered anything with them. But that's a great idea. We should get us a
Mhm.
CB radio and
My handle
a
my
walkie
handle used
talkie.
to be Bama Mama.
Bama,
All right.
Bama,
I'm a
mama.
mama.
Yeah.
Go ahead, girl. I like
That's
that.
when
All
my
right.
son was little, and my dad, said, "Okay, we got to get you a handle," because that's how we
But
stayed in
let,
communication.
now let me take it real. Let me take it way back. Do you remember Mama's Family? Remember that
Oh
time
yeah.
she got on that CB
Hmm.
radio? That was the funniest
Yeah, that's
series.
one of my favorites.
That was that was one of the funniest episodes ever when Mama got
Yeah,
on that
it was.
CB.
It was.
Mm.
She didn't know the lingo.
Uh-uh.
And And this girl was hooking up with her, right? And she didn't even know her.
You know how
But
they
Yeah.
you know,
changed the
that's
English
another thing,
language?
Jill. What's gonna happen because we don't know the we let me put that on the screen. Signal app, okay. Signal app, you guys, okay. And
And
Kathy
it's
said,
just a blue bubble. When you find it, it's just a blue bubble with like a dotted white line around it. That's all it is.
okay.
Yeah.
And Kathy said we need backups. Well, my phone automatically backs up. You know, Google really does automatically back up your stuff anyway.
It does.
And most phone services I'll allow you to back up your contacts and your phone numbers. But
Well, the problem is with
problem is if something
I don't know.
happens,
I don't know
we
if
wouldn't.
anything's changed, but they said when
They gonna
Yeah.
technology goes
they
down,
gonna hit- they're gonna attack utilities, cell
Yeah.
towers, water
Communication goes first.
first,
yeah,
and the water. They're gonna
yeah,
they're gonna make because that's just military strategy.
Yeah.
You knock out the
yeah.
water system, you knock out the utilities, you knock out the communication.
Well, I don't think it's going to get that severe because at some point, the emergency broadcast system starts up. So how does that get through? Through
Yeah.
technology.
They ain't not gonna be getting through. They push them buttons.
They ain't gonna push them buttons.
It's gonna be
That's
all
the
over.
scare tactics. They don't even exist anymore. They're not going to do
Yeah.
it.
Well, I'm
That,
gonna tell you something about Putin. Crazy enough to do it. Don't
but
underestimate
he ain't
him.
going to do it. He ain't going to do it. He's
I wouldn't
teamed up
say
with Leo. This ain't that ain't happening.
I
You know,
wouldn't book on it. I wouldn't bang
they're
on it.
not out
But
to they're not out to destroy the earth. They're out to save it.
Putin doesn't care about destroying. He wants to claim the whole earth. That's the problem with his head.
The old one
Uh-oh.
did, not him.
He wants to be the ruler of the whole world.
Oh
You
Lord.
didn't catch that one, did you?
We need to check his head.
You didn't catch that one, did you?
No, say
I
it
said the
again.
old one did, not this one.
Oh, okay, okay,
Wow.
okay. All right then. The aliens they just keep trading them out so fast. I can't tell.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
They coming down
But it
too,
ain't the
so I don't know
aliens
what's
doing it
gonna go
either.
on.
It ain't only the aliens doing it, it's good people behind us, what they call white hats. They're putting good people in bad places to make them turn it around.
Mm.
And he was one of them. She was the other one. There's many of them. And putting bad people uh, in place to foul up, right? They make a deal. They
Well,
like the actor for the Scorpio, the one that stumbled up the steps. That was Jim Carrey.
well,
Speaking of actors,
Yeah, several have died.
Smollett, they running a series. I don't know if it's a
about
series
the
of
attack.
yeah, and the two dudes, the two Jamaican dudes. Let's
Yeah, I
say,
saw that.
yep, we the
Let's
one,
see.
we did it. And
Mm.
Let's see.
the Smollett case, the
Small
actor.
town, big lawyer. Big. Let's see. Small town, big mayor.
Mm.
Small town,
Uh,
big mayor, something like that.
Chicago, you talking about Chicago?
No, it's a new thing coming out. A
Speaking of
new show.
Chicago,
Yeah,
Lori, their governor is, and she had a real hot transfer conversation between a media person
I
yesterday.
saw that.
Did you
Yeah,
see that?
I saw it before we came on. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. They sure did show it on Fox News. Yeah, I sure did. But I'll say
I
it again
missed that
tomorrow.
one.
Yeah. But she kind of looked like a vixen to me too.
Oh, that she looks evil to me, man. And the
I
stuff she's
said
allowed.
vixen. I
Yeah,
said vixen. You
yeah.
know.
And the stuff she's allowed in her city, she ought to be ashamed.
Yeah,
She
Well,
that's
should
what
they're
it
be
gonna
is.
run
ashamed.
her out, so it's pretty
Yeah,
much a wrap for
she's
her.
done for. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of
just like the
time,
president.
it's 7:59.
Woo.
This has been so much fun. When you're having fun, and time goes by fast. All right, Kathy say cool. On the Signal app, she says cool.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jen. Okay.
yeah.
All right then. So, Tim, closing
Mhm.
remarks.
Oh, great show. Time flew by, a lot of information. Yeah. At the end of the day, folks, whatever's already written is already written. It's not gonna be too much we can do about it. So just strap in and hold on. With that being with that being said, I wish everybody love, peace, and happiness, and let's be safe out there.
I love it, Jen.
Oh boy, I could say a whole lot, but like I've said all along, everybody prepare. Be prepared to be stuck at home 10 to 30 days. Yeah, I say 10 because I don't think it's going to take them long to straighten this out and get us back on track. But up to 30 days, be prepared with food, water, your medications, your pets' needs, uh, gas in the tank. You know, if your water is on electricity, make sure you have barrels of water to flush your commodes. I mean, prepare. I stay prepared because we live in hurricane area. We already know to have 14 days of food, water, and the needs that we have for medication and stuff.
Right,
And we stay in a constant state of preparedness because we never know when we're going to get a storm.
right.
But with all that said, you got keep your faith. Your faith is going to bring you through this. Keep your common sense because there are a lot of screwed up people out there that's going to take advantage of you if you don't keep your common sense and stay strong and stay safe.
I
That,
love it.
keep your family near. Take care of your neighbors that can't take care of themselves. Have
Beautiful,
compassion.
All right.
beautiful, beautifully said. There is a round of applause for the two of you on your last comment. So it's awesome because mine is always just a single line, one sentence, because I can never beat you guys. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy. We love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That's our time.
All
So
right.
everybody say good night, and we'll
Good
see y'all.
night.
Everybody.
We'll see y'all tomorrow night
Yep.
on the Emily Pearl Show. We're going to Ireland.
All right.
Yay!
Hey,
I
great.
like
Going yeah, we're going to Ireland. I set up the tour. All
Okay.
right.
I'll be there if I ain't sleeping.
All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's right, Pat. Well, you don't have to worry about luggage on this flight,
That's
Jen.
right.
Yeah.
Bye bye,
Night,
everybody.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Peace.
The opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.